and effing apologies. I stand with what I said, and I still stand. This was a miscarriage of justice. I hope the prosecution does appeal, but if they don't, I hope that that sentence is aggravated for the Mann Act, because there must be some accountability. And I am sickened, I am disgusted at the people that will stand with clear evil. You would never want that for yourself. You would never want that for your children. You would never want that for the people you love. But for everybody else, it's fine. For everybody else, it's fine, right? Because it is a key, it is a story, it is whatever. You guys, listen. When I say I feel like I've been through war, I sat out here while I was surrounded with men wanting to fight me.
Did you guys hear that? These men were literally walking up to her wanting to fight her. Wow. All because she sided with the victims. You should have heard them. I don't know if those videos have been taken down. I tried to find the one on the other channel, but it was sickening.
They may look like men, but
she's
that's
not lying.
Right.
Guys, she's not lying. Right? She's not.
Yep.
She's telling the truth. I cannot believe there are people out there stripping and turning cartwheels and shit.
Trying to fight me, but it is a new day. I will not bow down. I will not stop, and I will never apologize for standing on the right side. And no matter how many people will find selling their souls for obviously, judging by the way their dusty ass attitude is, for nothing, that will never be me. The only thing I need to do is be right with myself and know that when I go to sleep, I did my best to make the world a better place. I did my best to make sure that people knew the full time. I did my best to fight against ignorance, saying as if we made up, as if, let me tell you something, and this is what everybody forgets. You saw the interviews with Dawn. You saw Aubrey. You saw Day 26. You saw Gina's interview. You saw Misa and Brim saying everybody knows something's wrong with you.
What about Little Rod? We saw his interview. Right?
Word.
His lawsuit. The things that he made him do. These grown men are crying on social media in interviews. They're not lying.
Yep.
Everybody knows something's wrong with them. You saw all these people go in. You knew, like Lovely T said, everybody knows there's something insidious going on. Everybody knows the mob ties. Everybody knows the whispers. Everybody knows the rumors. And when people finally came out, Diddy settled with Cassie 24 hours later for $20 million.
Right.
And you got glazed.
You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
If you're selling somebody less with 24 hours later, what does that say? What is that screaming? What about the apology he made when the video came out?
Guilty as charged.
How can you only find him guilty of the Mann Act for interstate prostitution and not find him guilty of sex trafficking? Or RICO, when you're using people in your organization, your enterprise, your corporation to buy D-Rubs, SCS workers, set up freak offs. Are you kidding me? Why are you kidding me?
There's out here dusty and mad out of everything that's going on. They worried about super chats. Sorry, I'm sorry. If I can, I wouldn't donate any super chats, right? But they're mad about the Glazers and they're doing what they can. Again, this world is lost, but I still will always stand on the side of right. The fact that people are acting like, and what did that jury do? That jury, because they were like, oh, I don't feel he needs to. They literally unleashed him for him to have retribution on anyone that opened their mouth against him, anyone that stood against him, anyone that dared speak truth to power. And it's sick and it's sad. And this is the world we live in. But you know what? I do want to say this. It's like
I just want to say this before Tisa. Diddy had not one person, not one character witness that was willing to get on the stand and say he's a good guy.
No one was willing to
Only
vouch for him.
nobody. The only person that came to his trial was Kanye West, right?
Mm-hmm.
He stayed for 30 minutes and he left.
Yeah,
We
what
all
did he
know the
come
context.
for?
That's what I would like to know. Did he pay off juror number 5? I don't know. All I know is we have half of YouTube out there celebrate this BS, and they heard all the horror stories. And then prior to the trial, they was reporting all the negative things, and all of a sudden they go to the trial, and now they're pro Diddy, free Diddy.
Auntie Leah, what you think
Yes.
about what you think about the trial in general? Just like the whole, if you were to draw a circle around it, everything that's within stays in, and just draw a circle around it. What looking from the outside, how you see that court case?
My opinion.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
opinion. My opinion is it was a mock trial. My opinion is they are in cahoots. Somebody had to have some sort of punishment, because people were finding things out. I believe that allegedly they made Diddy the scapegoat, but also they both sides are working together. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's they're protecting the elite. They're protecting the list, just like they did Epstein's list.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There was a backdoor agreement that Diddy would take the fall, guaranteeing they would not be convicted of RICO and the most damaging charges.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. I think it's a mock trial. What do you all
mm-hmm.
think? Because why do you bring why would the governor bring the most weakest victim? Why did you where's Jonathan Hardy?
If I were to just go up ahead and run down the timeline, if you remember the sequence of events that happened, it was like, okay, Jag and Natanya came out, boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, it was the intimate information started to come out. Shortly after that, I heard on the news that content creators were being paid. I heard on the news that there were investigators going around investigating certain people, as in intimidation tactics.
Yeah, I seen a video on that.
Yeah. If you walk down, that's why I say if you were to draw a circle around the whole case, and if you remember, it was a feeling like, okay, this individual is in court or he's been arrested, and the court case is coming. It's coming. But do you remember? It was like a season that every content creator that you could find who had a name and who had subscribers was literally going over everything that should have been handled in court. It's like he was having a YouTube trial.
Yeah.
I mean, things that should have been in court. I mean, everyone was going over this and going over that, running over this. And I remember, I heard Jag said it, but I didn't. I did the research myself, and Google gets updated from YouTube.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Google
true.
gets updated from YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah,
She's been saying it forever.
And one thing I've proven when I did the video, when I did the study on payola, and it took me way back as to why certain musicians and their music wasn't being recognized throughout, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And then when I did the up to date and understand that payola is even now within online streaming, because when you see 4 to 5, 6 to 7 content creators running the same story but different narratives, I mean, it's obvious this is the web of misinformation. This is the deception now. This is what was filling the air. The same stuff that was surfacing on YouTube. And when I look at the court case and the outside of it, the outside of the court was like a circus, to be honest with you. I call it kangaroo court.
Timber, it was sad. I was heartbroken. I see why Natanya was just pulling out of herself for hours online. Because what? He did this to her in 1999. He seems to always escape. But I don't believe that's going to last for long. I don't believe that's going to last for long. I believe it was a mock trial. I believe that they were working together somehow to just come to a compromise, right? But something also tells me, well, I'm hoping and I'm praying that this was done quickly to detain him while they make the connection. This is what I hope. This is alleged, and this is my opinion. While they are still working to make the connection to Tupac and Biggie. That's my hope, my opinion, and my belief. It was a way to keep them detained for the bigger charges. I hope, I pray. I don't know for sure. But what I did know is that he was not going to walk out of jail today, and he was not going to get bail.
Yeah.
I knew that. So let's continue to watch a little bit of what they did to Tisa real quick. She spent some real stuff. I wish it was Jag, because Jag is the truth, period. Period, point blank.
Facts.
Dad always told me, okay? The number one thing you can do in life is recognize what reality is, right? Is literally recognize what reality is. Not what you want it to be. Not what you hope it should be. Not what you wish it to be. But recognize power for what it is, right? Recognize reality and the world we live in for what we is. You can always dream for a better future. You can hope. You can do things to move. But if you don't actually have a reality check about where the ground is, how are you ever going to jump up and fly? If you don't have a reality check about where the ground is, how are you ever going to build? For everybody that stood with the victims, we have a reality check. We have a world. People say, oh, pray, thoughts of prayer. People will sit there and put all this stuff. When it happens to them or someone they love, they got a lot to say. Oh, no, somebody help. But the reality check we hear is we live in a world where most people don't care. We live in a world where people will turn the other cheek and say no because somebody has power, or they feel they see themselves in them, or somebody has influence. And that's okay, because today, through the sacrifice that all of the victims did by coming and testifying, and it was a sacrifice, coming and sacrificing. Cassie had already got her money. She didn't need to go on the stage and get humiliated and torn apart, and the most humiliating,
right. I agree,
private, degrading parts of her life.
I agree.
Literally put up for ridicule for a bunch of dusty glazers to say anything. At the end of the day, what did we learn today? We learned what reality is. And we learned that as much as our neighbors and our friends might smile and, oh, yeah, oh, my God, that's horrible. At the end of the day, they don't care. At the end of the day, the only thing they care about, right? The only thing they care about, okay, is themselves, the people they love, and they're adjacent and trying to get next to power. And I'm glad in a sick way. I'm sad this happened, but in a sick way, I'm very glad that we got to see reality and we got to see the country we live in. And we got to see what was truly in people's hearts. The people that are celebrating Diddy went free.
Right.
Keep that in mind. The friends and family you thought you knew that was staying quiet because they were too cowardly to come out and say what they really felt, because they were like, oh, like maybe this might make me look like a monster too. The people that are now that you call friends and family that are on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, celebrating, giving hip hip hooray, doing whatever. Take note. Take note, because this is the reality, and this is what we need to live in, and this is what we're going to use to build. This is not the end for victims' rights. It's not. It's not the end for sex trafficking rights. It's not the end for anything that we're doing. I feel my heart breaks for anybody that actually knows what was on the line. For anyone, and this is why when they were doing the jury, they asked someone, have you ever been a victim of abuse? Has anybody you known been a victim of abuse? Do you work with people of abuse? Why did they kick anybody off that said yes? Because they wanted to keep the jury ignorant. They wanted the jury to go in saying, I don't even understand. How is that? Okay, she could have left. They want.
How many of you guys agree with that? I agree with that. How many of you guys agree with they wanted to keep the jury ignorant?
I don't know. The jury already is ignorant. They don't know the law like fully. There's people from the streets, right?
But they will, yes. But they wanted to make sure that they chose the most ignorant ones.
Right? I see what you're doing. Right.
Yeah, I agree with that part, because I mean, you wouldn't want a juror to be, emotionally connected in some way, to taint his vote. But I understand what you're saying, Auntie.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess that maybe Tisa took that video down, because I don't know if this has it.
Wanted to make sure
they may have
that these
taken those down because they were
nefarious
videos
to keep men.
I heard it wasn't.
I
heard she got attacked in the court inside the courtroom.
Decades. They wanted to make sure.
And
courthouse,
she got attacked outside. Right. She was live. I saw it, but I don't see that. She may have edited it.
Oh my God!
Because she said, "Well, I can't believe these broke NIGGAs is attacking me." So she may have edited that part out, but I was watching the live.
I never seen that.
So hopefully you'll see some of it. Maybe
that it was a ball of
I'm not sure, though.
Ignorance that not even an expert
Where was her
witness
security?
Explaining what happened could actually break through. If I could say anything about the prosecution's case, and I think the prosecution did a hell of a case, but if I could say anything about the prosecution,
where were they? They obviously weren't doing their job.
Acting a fool. I hope to God they never have to experience anything that Cassie felt. I hope to God they never have to, and anyone they love, and I mean this, never has to experience. I hope they can stay in their ignorant little sheep bubble for the rest of their lives. I hope to God no one they love ever has to experience one iota of what
may have how they treated her.
For Turkish delights. And me being a kid, I was like, yo, Turkish delights must be mwah, chef's kiss. I want some Turkish delights. And I remember I waited. I was old enough to travel to Turkey. And I'm a big sweet person.
I'm sure somebody
and everybody
else
wanted to go to the bazaar. Everybody wanted to go here. And I said,
I
made a beeline for the candy store. Because I wanted to taste the Turkish.
Screen recorded.
Tongue becomes
I don't know why
sophisticated.
I was at
when
work.
I taste rose and orange petal, that's like Lysol or Bath and Body Works stuff. So I was like, I've been into.
I think that she edited it out.
People truly hating, and the fact that our country for the last 15 years has been on the
guys, it looks like Tisa edited that part out. I really wish that I could have showed you that part because it was really horrible how they treated this woman. Like they was coming up on her and talking crazy, even the first person. And it appears that she edited that part out of the video as well. So you could have seen it, the interaction from both sides. But I guess they edited that part out. But let's get to Ticket TV because he's hilarious.
That's crazy. Why would she edit that? That's viral, right?
Because she said, probably because he wants to keep a certain image, and I get it. You want to keep a certain image.
I didn't think about that. She do be doing interviews,
right? And she has her platform's like 600,000. It's nothing. It's way bigger than the ones that were attacking her.
Yeah.
So I understand why, because they kind of took her out of her character on camera. But it's just men. It was men. It was men.
I'm sure somebody got it though.
Yeah, somebody. I
Oh,
should have screen
okay.
recorded. I don't
People.
never think about that, but all
I
right.
do.
So
Probably a
You
lot of
didn't say it.
everybody got their phones out.
yeah,
Sorry, Nick.
somebody has it. We'll see it on the internet somewhere. We'll see it on there. But let's get the Ticket TV because he kind of lifted my spirits because he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So let's listen to his take on the verdict. Is
Did
it
we
the
watch
verdict?
this
No,
already?
this is no.
Oh,
This is the
okay.
one. It's not the verdict. It's actually the bail denial, and he is hilarious. Let's take a look.
The $50 million bail. Diddy is lucky that this judge was not presiding over the case to where he made the final decision. The judge would have found Diddy guilty on every charge. Plus, I'm gonna tell y'all something else, right?
Fair use, fair use.
And to the dude who said Diddy won, y'all think Diddy won. This buys the well, let me say this to y'all.
Oops, I didn't mean to pause it. My bad.
This buys enough time. I ain't even gonna say nothing else.
Say it, Ticket, because you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
I know y'all think
You're
I'm
thinking the
just
same
coming
thing
on
I'm
here
thinking,
capping.
Ticket. So come on out with it.
You know?
They're
Listen,
buying time.
here's my
They're
thought.
buying time. Come
I
on
hope
with
they
it.
don't get Diddy the whole 20 years because here's the reason why. He did get found not guilty on the RICO and on the sex trafficking. We have to respect the verdict, y'all. Because check it out. If they want, even if you don't agree with the verdict, you have to respect it. Because check it out, y'all. If they would have been the other way, you would have wanted everybody to respect the verdict. Right? If it would have went the other way, we would have all wanted everybody to respect the verdict, and Diddy would have been facing life. Right? So, in my opinion, you got to respect the verdict. I think the judge gonna go 5 and 5 on both charges, stack them and get a nigga 10. And I think Diddy's gonna do like 8.5. That's what I feel like is going on, man. I think the judge seen everything, but the thing is, the judge was not. He did not. This wasn't a trial by judge. This was a trial by jury. And the judge gonna have a lot of people in his ear. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. This is not over. This is far from over, man. This is far from over, man. You understand what I'm saying? The judge says that even if Diddy was solely required to show, let me read up what else the judge said to you guys, y'all. Right? I'm gonna read what else the judge said. All right, so everybody can hear what the judge said. The judge denied bail. So the judge says, and I want y'all to hear what the judge says, right? He says, I've read the party's submissions. He says, and others. The jury convicted the defendant Diddy of counts 3 and 5. For the following reasons, bail is denied. He also says, even if the defendant was solely required to show that he is not a danger to the community, he could not meet that burden.
Denied.
Prior to the trial, the court denied bail and sees no reason to reverse that now. The defense conceded to Diddy's violence. I told y'all, that destroyed Diddy. The fact that Diddy's lawyer said, oh, yeah, if this is violence, we cop to that. Then when the people come out and say that they're not safe, Diddy's done. And when you put the violence with that, this judge gonna give him 10 to 20, bro. I'm telling y'all. That's why I told you this is the worst case.
Diddy's lawyer, Mark Alafilio, I think that's his name, admitted that, yeah, he's violent, domestic violence. We'll agree to that. Admitted in his closing argument. And then think that he's going to get bail right away, just like that? After your closing argument agreed with the judge, after your closing argument admitted that Diddy is violent, why would anybody let him out?
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild.
But he had no choice but to admit it. All that evidence that was seen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's what happened. The judge threw it right back on Mark. I said, but wait a minute. In your closing argument, you're the one who admitted. But yeah, it's domestic violence. Like we'll take that. You know, he is a violent person, but you know, he was trying to go to rehab and that and that. Thank you very much. Bail denied.
Mm-hmm.
But God, that's all I got to say. Because they had a party set up and everything. They thought he was walking out of there. He thought he was walking out of there. But
go
ahead.
It's a sad assessment. A really, really sad assessment. And I kind of agree with Park on a lot of things when he said, it's scary to bring a child into this world. It really is. When you think about moments like this, now the reason I draw from that is simple as this, Auntie, Nick, Miza.
Mm-hmm.
As big as we see child teleportation happens to be right now, you could imagine. We know that there's a percentage of people who support that, who into that, who love that type of stuff. But think about the amount of people that was out there celebrating, literally celebrating, the damage.
Do you hear me?
Yep.
Celebrating.
Yep.
Celebrating the damage.
To me, if you're happy,
that's what you call mental illness right there.
Wow.
Finish your thought, Temper. My apologies.
No, but I mean, it just goes to show you, like, it is safe to say now that birds of that feather do flock together.
Yep.
They say great minds think alike, but stinking thinking minds do too.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
I like
that wisdom. Spit that
So,
wisdom,
like what weak minds follow.
Yeah. And we ain't talking about no peer pressure.
No.
Right.
We talking about a solemn choice, volunteer choice. Now we get to address the sickness that we see right now. Like Jay just said, this meant some serious, this is mental when you think about it. So that means everyone out there supporting and screaming and celebrating. They love the fact that their children going missing. Yeah. And this individual could be linked to many of those roots. They celebrate the fact that, their mothers crying, that there are victims out there who aren't here anymore because of these issues. They're celebrating this. So it really shows you the mindset. And then you wonder why certain people want to make America great again. When you look at today, we need to give out some prescriptions.
Absolutely, Temper. I agree. Anybody else on the panel want to make commentary before I start the video? All right, let's continue listening. Because Ticky, he's smart. He don't show no video because he don't want his channel struck.
And scenario that nigga was gonna get. That nigga is crying right now. Do y'all not know how Diddy's crying right now? He was crying tears of joy earlier. He crying right now because he know he fitting to go to jail for prison for a long time. He ain't fitting to get. That nigga thought he was gonna get out. They had the grill fired up. He probably had the lobster. They said they had the security ramped up down in Star Island and everything, bro. That's what they said. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what's going. Hey, don't come over here, man. Hey, nah, man. Hey, go over there, man. Go over there, bro. Go over there, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. I'm talking right now, man. Come on, dog. What y'all niggas doing, man? Chill, bro. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Hey, I'm gonna holler at y'all about 20 minutes, man. All right. My bad, y'all. I agree walking to this gym right quick. So to the dude who said I told you a bunch of stuff that was wrong. No, I didn't. I actually told you stuff that was right. What happened was you had a sorry ass jury, sir. That's what you had. A sorry ass jury. And I told you that the judge didn't like Diddy, nigga. Now sit down and shut the hell up and take off them old ass 1977 jean shorts you got on looking like a damn fool. Talking about facts only is your name. Nah, you a fool. Remember they said they was gonna have another freak off today? They had all the baby already? Nah, nigga, put that shit on ice, playboy. Come over here with that, nigga. I told you, nigga, the final boss always gonna get the final word, nigga. And that's facts. You understand?
Facts.
So, man, they had the lobster fired up. Boy, he had the ribs fired up. Boy, the whole family was at that joint Harlem shaking. Man, they in that joint crying right now. Lord have mercy. Boy, they gonna cry in the car right now. Woo! You know they gonna cry in the car right now. And Diddy's lawyers did it to himself.
Amen.
The judge used Diddy's lawyers' own words against him. And guess what, y'all? Diddy's grounds for appeal is gonna be horrific. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because Diddy's on record in the court saying, you did an excellent job, Judge. You can't come back from that.
Right.
You cannot come back from that. You can't come back from that. Diddy sat in the court and told the judge brown nosing. He didn't even have to say this. He was like, "Yeah, you're doing an excellent job, Judge." That destroyed him.
Did it?
The judge don't like you. He think you a degenerate piece of shit. That's what the judge thinks.
We all do.
He don't like you, man. That's why he denied your bail. And I told y'all, remember everybody came in here, I told y'all, I said, yo, the judge is not finna give him bail if he get convicted because he already gave him bail. He not finna go back on that.
Right.
If you ain't gonna give him bail at $50 million, what the hell you think he gonna give him bail at $1 million? Not finna happen.
Absolutely.
And I told y'all this. I said the worst case scenario, that nigga, if the judge did not like Diddy, he could hit that nigga with 20.
Yep. 20.
We about to find out
20.
how the judge really feel about Diddy, y'all. And they can't do nothing. The federal judge has so much power. Diddy's team can't do nothing. Diddy's team said this. His lawyers, Diddy's lawyers literally said in court, we own the violence. By you saying that, you can't then say, oh, he's non-violent, we want bail. Are you crazy?
Exactly. That's what I just said. Mark, whatever the hell his name is, literally said we own the violence, we take responsibility, we understand. Yes, he agrees he's violent, but won't bail? That was so, he should have fired him 2 or 3 months ago. Because it's his fault that he don't have bail. And I'm glad that he's stupid. I'm glad. Thank you, Mark.
And then Diddy said in court, yo, Judge, you're doing an excellent job. Now they can't go back on it. The judge just said it right here. The judge says even Diddy's own team conceded to Diddy's violence. His violence is depicted in the video of Cassie Ventura.
Right.
The defense admitted this. This is a terrible moment. Domestic violence is the issues, is what she said. It wasn't only that. There was the London hotel incident. There was the violence after the searches in this case as to Jane Doe. There was the June 2024 after the searches of Diddy's residence. The evidence for disregard for the law and propensity for violence. The court take no position on what it will consider at sentencing, nor what sentence it will impose. But here the burden is on Diddy, and he cannot carry it. The defense argues the guidelines starts at 21 months, but the U.S. says 51 months. He's done 10 months.
Right.
I set sentencing for Friday, October the 3rd at 10 a.m. I'm willing to expedite it. Diddy's lawyer said, oh, we like to expedite it.
Listen, Diddy thought he was going to be home for July, the 4th of July. He thought he was coming home to celebrate, just like Chicken said. They had the lobsters ready. They had the ribeyes ready, the shrimp, all the crab, all that was ready. He thought he was coming home. This is crazy.
Yep.
The judge says we'll need a pre-expediting sentencing report from probation, but I will be available at any time. So Diddy, what's today, y'all? Hold on, what's today? July? July, August, September, October. Damn, the judge gonna make that nigga sit another 4 months? God, dog. Man, he don't like that nigga at all.
At all.
Man, normally they can get your bail within 2 months. Normally his bail could be like September the 1st. I mean, not his bail, his sentencing hearing.
Mm-hmm.
The judge is like, nah, nigga, October.
Sit your ass down.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. This is gonna be the biggest L of all time if the judge hit that nigga with 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna say this one more time. If he hit him with 20 years, it's gonna be the biggest loss of all time. Now, my thing is this, y'all. I'm gonna say it again. The man did get found not guilty on sex trafficking and RICO. Y'all gotta accept that for this case.
We accept it.
We all gotta accept that. Even if we don't like it, bro, we gotta accept that verdict. But he was found guilty for the Mann Act, the 2 charges. Now, me personally, I'm telling everybody right here that's listening to this video, I don't want to see Diddy get 20 years just for the Mann Act. If the judge get that nigga 10 years, he could give him 5 and 5 and stack him. Cool, no problem. He'll be see if he come out and change his life after 10 years. Right? Now, if he would have got hit for the sex trafficking and the RICO, that's something different, man.
Exactly.
But for people to say, hey, let him walk out the door, niggas, after everything y'all seen,
what is wrong with these people?
Man, bro, hey, like I said before, man, morals and ethics, my nigga. That's a big thing in his lifetime, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I do believe in redemption. But see, the problem is Diddy has never been held accountable. So why do you say 10 years ticket? Because that's the same shit Shine did. And did none of these people that screaming free Diddy, none of them give a fuck about Shine, nigga. And Shine did his 10 years and didn't snitch, didn't rat, didn't fold, didn't do nothing, nigga.
I am speaking 20 years for Natanya, for Kim Porter, for Tupac Shakur, for Biggie, for Heavy D, for Andre Harrell, and the list goes on and on and on. I am
Craig
speaking
Mack.
20 years for Craig Mack. I was just about to say, thanks, Ms. Zach. Panel, help me out anytime. Let's get it. I'm speaking 20 years into this universe in the name of my Lord Jesus. Whatever you want to call, however you pray that way. But I'm speaking 20 years for Natanya Rubin. Go ahead. Temper.
You don't deserve freedom. You don't deserve freedom, Annie. To be honest, you don't deserve freedom.
You don't deserve it at all. So I'm thinking, for some reason, I'm thinking they still cooking. I think the federal government is still cooking.
I think they are. I think Ticket said it.
I heard him say it. That I do think that they're cooking it. I do think that there is more to come.
And
really
this is,
do.
Yeah, but this is the New York. The New York end of it is closed, but the other states are still cooking. Yeah.
Yes.
But Ticket said something very valuable just now. You know, where are the people's morals? Where are their ethics?
Where are they? Did you hear me?
And I understand why he prayed up, because I got to say the same thing too. I mean, knowing what he did to men, you know, knowing what he did to women, where is your moral code? Like, is this what you're really celebrating? That's what I really wanted to say. Like, look at what they're celebrating. That's the darkness.
Yeah. Yep.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hey,
and it's crazy because we've been hearing about this for years.
Yeah. And now to finally see it.
Yes.
And still this.
Yeah. So let's just keep listening to Ticket, because he be on point though. I love Ticket TV, man. I love his passion for what's right, man. He said I don't want nothing to do with the N word, and I'm with him on that. I wouldn't care if it was a woman, what color they were. I don't care about that. You're not my people just because your skin is black. You're my people based off your heart, and that's just how I am.
Auntie Leah,
not based on how you look. Yes.
Tickets live right now about running down these hills. Yeah.
Okay. I want y'all to hear this part. Then we'll go over there. Okay.
Alrighty.
Just hear this part. Okay.
Okay.
Because he really is hilarious.
Yep. Got it, Jay.
So what goes around in life comes around in life.
Tickets live, buddy.
And if the judge get that nigga 10 years, you know what that's for. That's for Shine Poe. And that's facts. You heard what I said? Shine sat down and did his 10, nigga. And when none of these niggas out here talking about they trying to throw a black man down. They hate Shine, man. This is bullshit. These niggas is capping. These niggas is hoes. Nah, nigga. No, nigga. We got to look at the whole scope of things, my nigga. Cause Shine took his like a G. And y'all didn't even give Shine the presidential. He ain't snitch on Diddy.
Exactly.
Shine could have went in there and put the whole meal on Diddy. Point blank, period.
It should have.
And excuse me, sir. That's why I said to you, sir, I wouldn't want to see Diddy do 20 years on that charge, because I would
ended up like
want to see him change his life,
right,
and turn from those ways of beating on women, abusing these women, doing these different things. Bro, listen, if you think a woman's a hoe, or you think a woman's a 304 or freak, hey man, that's one thing, bro. But to beat their asses, to abuse these women, to assault all these women, bro, that shit ain't cool, man. I ain't with that shit, bro. I ain't never gonna be with no shit like that, bro. I don't never stand on the side of no nigga like that, bro. I'm cut from a whole different cloth. That's just facts. I can't never, ever stand on the side of a nigga I know is a woman abuser, because why? Men are more powerful, more stronger than women.
Absolutely, 100%.
And when you're a man and you have that much power, you have more control over yourself, as far as if you beating on a woman that's not even your size, and Diddy's beating on these smaller women, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like that shit out of pocket, my nigga. Like,
how old was Cassie?
Bro, that shit ain't real.
Guys, how old was Cassie when
and it'll be
her and Diddy started dating?
She was 19.
I can tell you that Cassie had teen behind her age. Yeah. I can tell you that Cassie had teen behind her age.
Mm-hmm.
And Diddy had 30s.
Yep.
The coercement, the brainwashing, the star-strucken little girl who just wanted a good career, who thought that this was her boyfriend and whatever he wants, I'll do it. Who's all, as a woman, ever been? I've been that way before. I've never, went to the extent of what Cassie did, but I've been that way before when I was very young, in my teens or in early 20s. Didn't know no better.
Yep.
Because I was still a kid. This is all crazy, and they out there dancing in the streets for this Negro.
If they can go back and charge him for that, then them niggas would be mad about that. Oh, why y'all charging him for that now? No, nigga, he did it. Shouldn't he do the time?
He should. All of it, 20.
Yep.
This is why I never want to be no fucking gangster. I never wanted to be no street nigga. I never took no pride in thinking about that shit, bro.
Respect. Y'all share this live, please.
I take pride in being successful in life.
Respect.
Showing people love. Chopping it up with people, putting people on. You understand what I'm saying? Having a good time. Making sure everybody is pulling up people around.
You guys notice how people, the good-hearted people, never become billionaires? You guys notice that? You guys notice that? The good-hearted people never become billionaires. You know why? If I had $1 billion, there would be no homeless folk.
Yeah.
I'll be building shelters and little houses everywhere. The devil can't have that, so he just fights against it. And he has all these riches to these people temporarily until he uses them up and getting ready to get rid of them, which is what is happening now. This is a battle of good versus evil. It's a spiritual battle.
100%.
Love versus hate. Good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
So all the evil, they hold the love of money. But you know what? It ain't gonna last too long.
Yeah, but I don't want to blame it on billionaires because just because they got money that they're evil. Because just like people, like we were talking about before, people like a gun is not evil. The person that uses it.
I understand. So, but let me ask you this: how are you a billionaire if you're a good person? How are you a billionaire? Because I wouldn't be a billionaire if I had $1 billion. I wouldn't be a billionaire. It's way too much money for me. I'm building shelters. I'm building homes. I'm feeding the poor. I would not be a billionaire. That's all I'm trying to do. So I do blame billionaires because of that reason. You got all this money for what? What can you do with billions of dollars on your own? If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, to me. Yeah, you're talking my language, Auntie Leah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, for real, I could never be a billionaire, even if I had $1 billion. I'm telling you, I'm out there building stuff.
You're giving it away. She's out there giving it away. You hear it? That's it. You're out there giving it away.
I'm with my Tupac Shakur of mine. Yeah. Like, why? Yeah, what can I do with $1 billion?
Give it away. Give it away now.
But I understand what you're saying, Jay. But honestly, there should not be people that are billionaires. It shouldn't exist.
But again, it's a mindset too, because when you think, I'm not making excuses for these type of people. I'm just thinking like
everybody can have their own opinion. Listen,
people with that amass, they think more abundantly than opposed to people that don't have, and they think negatively. Like, let me give you an example. They say money is the root of all evil.
The love.
But I don't believe that, because when you don't have money, that's when you rob people. that's when you go out and do all that because you ain't got it. So you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you had it, you wouldn't
You know
feel the need
what?
to do that.
I just want enough to take care of my family. That's it. I don't want to
Right,
pay more
right.
than enough.
Just to be comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how
I
I
don't
feel
want to
too.
pay more than enough. There's no way on God's green earth that I would sit on $1 billion damn dollars.
Yeah, you ain't taking it with you when you go.
No,
So
that's it.
yeah,
And yeah,
doesn't make no sense.
Well,
You can't eat it
to
all.
be honest, to gain the
yeah,
world, what
I
profit is
don't
a
love
man to gain the world and lose his soul, right?
Yes,
yeah. But I understand what you're saying, but honestly, there should never be a billionaire. They shouldn't exist if they were good people. I'm just saying, that's facts.
yeah. I
You
just
know what
know
I'm
some
saying?
good people with a lot of money. So
But
listen
they're
up
not
there. But
they're
and I
not
mean they
billionaires
good.
though. Are they
Not yet,
billionaires?
but they
Okay.
good. They good.
Like I since I was the age of 23, I've always made six figures, like six-figure multiplied. But I love to give. It's a rewarding feeling. There's a gift of giving that's in the Bible that it mentions. A spiritual gift which is called giving. I think that's what I have. It's rewarding if I have it, right? So
It
that's why I'm
is.
saying that if I had $1 million, I wouldn't be a billionaire. $1 billion, I would never be a billionaire because I am like boots on the ground. Like, okay, we need to build tiny houses here, shelters here. We need to build this. We need to create programs. We
True.
need to. That's because there's nothing I can do with all that money. When I die, but billionaires, elites, are set up in a program. I'm going to bring something to your attention. Oprah Winfrey, right? Black American female. Think about it. In America, they do not like black. They don't like American females, do they? So by her being a billionaire, I know she signed some type of contract. And let me follow up with that. Just listen to me. I'm cooking.
Mm-hmm.
That contract included Oprah Winfrey will make you overseer of these billions of dollars. Hey, Lo, but you can't have any heirs because when you die, it has to all come back to us, right? Where are her children? Where are her heirs? She has no heirs. That was the deal. That's why a Black American female is a billionaire.
Yep.
That's what you think about Tyler Perry too. He ain't got no kids, right?
That's
Or
what I
does he?
said.
Maybe
No, he doesn't.
he does. He does.
Overseer of the elite. Just like Diddy. He has a lot of kids. Overseer. That's what they are. When they pass away, all that money goes back into the elite fund. And they find their next victim. Period. So why you ain't got no kids? Because you were forbidden to have them, man.
Makes sense.
If you wanted to be a billionaire. Think about that. It's facts. Allegedly. All right. Let's get on back into this video because at the end of the video, I swear to God, y'all gonna be cracking up at ticket. And then we'll go watch it live, but y'all gonna be cracking up. I swear you had me in tears at work.
Trying to make the people around me successful. I don't get off on killing people, sliding on niggas, putting niggas in a graveyard. That shit don't get off on me, man. Real talk, man. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Like, if Diddy wasn't doing all that, I probably wouldn't even care about this case. If he wasn't doing all that violating. But when you violate so many people, bro, in your own community as well.
Yes. Hold on. Ticket just said a mouthful.
I'm just telling y'all.
His victims were black. The majority. So why are you trying to hate for this man because of his skin color? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. I'm not a good example. Neither is Jay-Z Mizak. I'm not a good example because we got a little bit of melody. It's not that much. But I am black. Okay, maybe I'm not. I'm a mutt. Call me a mutt. I am on birth certificate African American.
Mm-hmm.
right? You're not going to associate this man to me because of his skin color.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Because in heaven ain't no skin color. Or wherever you believe that we go after this, there's no skin color.
Yep.
I judge people from this right here. I know, Nick, baby, I'm going to play your song right after Ticket, okay, baby? I got you. That was on the list. Nick made a song about it. Y'all want to hear it? Here it goes. But wait. Let's wait. Let's wait till after we get. We gotta lighten the mood up. Because our good sister, the Taylor Rubin, was crying. We're gonna also play her tribute as well. Mm-hmm. Her heart was broke.
Yep.
Archangel though is asking me to name one good billionaire.
I asked you that too.
I would say Billy Carson.
How? What has he done?
I believe.
How? What has he done? How do we know that he's a good billionaire? I'm just asking.
Well, I'll tell you just from my experience with him and watching him and watching other content creators come for him, and he hasn't even tried to acknowledge them. Actually, he did acknowledge one, but because I brought it to his attention, but he still didn't go in. Like he's not a negative person. You see what I'm saying?
You have to be negative. There's so many people. Like I'll give you an example. Diddy wasn't negative in the public, was he? In the public.
Yeah, I've been hearing about one of my lawyers in 2013 or 2016 had told me about him.
Right. I'm just saying.
I'm thinking, how did you know about it?
Wait a minute. In the media, prior to everything coming out, Cassie dropping a lawsuit and all that, we heard little rumors. But was he negatively displayed to us? No.
They own the media, like the narrative.
Exactly. So I'm not convinced that Billy Carson is a good person either. Because what has he done?
Well, he's done a lot that I can't explain. I don't know his all business acumen. Okay. I just know like the
I have to do some research because I don't know who he is, and I'm not gonna judge him or nothing like that because I don't know who he is, right?
But I would like online, people do. There's good stuff, but there's some bad, like people talking ish about it, and when you listen to it, it's just hate. It's not like, oh, he did this or he's a bad individual. It's all there.
I'm not saying that he's a bad individual because I don't know who he is. All I know is, from my perspective, is that a good person wouldn't be a billionaire.
Okay, Auntie Leah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Dollars, it's like assets. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a dollar amount. But you're right, like, you know, it's still, you could.
Do you know what the Bible says? What's the Bible say? I know some of you may not believe in it, that it is very difficult for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. You know why? Because a rich man loves his money and doesn't love the people.
That's so. What if you're born into it?
Even if I was born into it.
Demore, she don't love the money, and her mother's. Well, I don't know if she's a billionaire.
Think she's rich. She has to work. Her mother didn't give her any money because Demore.
No, the mother, Demore, she's rich.
Who is Demore? Are you talking about the Demore that
Desiree.
Desiree. Desiree's evil.
She's rich, and her daughter doesn't even care about that.
Well, her daughter doesn't get any money. She married a black man. She's cut off, and she has to work. Well, that's what she said.
We don't know what's going on when the mother died. We don't know nothing. That's all I'm saying.
No. You don't know about the will. I'm talking about right now, though. Right now, she works as a social worker. I don't know about any will or anything, right, like that. All I know is that the Bible says it's very difficult for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. And I understand that. Because a rich man shouldn't be that rich. Because the Bible says to take care of the poor, feed them, give them shelter. That's just how I look at things, guys. And that's just how my heart is, right? But I guess I just can't get past the fact that you have billions. But we have billions of people or millions that are homeless and can't eat, and they sleeping under bridges, and they're cold, they're dying in sub-zero of weather. So I guess my heart's like that.
Well,
And
then
I'm
we'll
not,
have to take it back to vibration.
yeah.
The
So we're having a very good
so,
conversation. I appreciate your
It's
input.
just like if you take all the riches in the world and divided it and gave it to everybody, it'd still go back to those people with the abundant mentality. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's where you're vibing. I don't believe it's a dollar amount makes you evil. You see what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I know what I see what you're saying. It makes total sense. Like you have all this, and then you've seen people that's struggling, and you're not helping them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but then it goes deep. So we don't know the back ends of how they got it, or
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess it's because I know that I can't take it with me when I leave this world.
Right.
I'll set up my
Right.
children. I'll set them up. I'll set them up. They don't need billions. They don't need billions,
No,
right? I want to
nobody.
teach them how to take whatever I leave them and multiply it and build on the generational wealth themselves. That's just how I think. But there's nothing wrong with the way what you're saying either, right? We're just having a healthy debate.
Yeah, and
Healthy
Auntie
debate.
Leah, and Auntie Leah, something about your nephew here. Every time we bring this up, he will always come up like this. Always, he's very passionate about what he's saying.
I believe in abundance, and then
Yeah.
I've been living in a lack mentality for a long
I
time.
live in abundance. I listen. I believe in abundance, Jen. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But all my life, I've had abundance.
Well, same here.
Well, not all my life. But ever since I believed in God and He blessed me when I was 23 years old, and I just find myself giving because the excess. I mean, because I can't see somebody can't pay their rent and kicked out on the street or hungry and don't have nothing to eat. That's just how I am. Everybody doesn't have my mindset, and there's nothing wrong with your point of view. Is all I'm saying. It's nothing. We're having a healthy debate.
Yep.
So
we're the same.
Yeah, we're there. I'm 100% believing if you give, then God will give back to you. Pressed down, run it over, shaken down, 100% of what you have given. I have reaped that. I've reaped that. So I know it's a true promise. So I guess that's just how I am, right? And I also read about all the rich men that went to hell because they held all their riches and they loved the money and
Who wrote that?
didn't
You think somebody with an abundant mindset wrote that?
Oh, you might not. Okay, here's the thing. You might not believe in I do. That's the difference. And it's okay that we have a difference, right? It's fine. It's perfectly healthy. I believe in the Bible. I do. I believe everything is.
I believe that they didn't just get it out of nowhere, but I think it's taken out of content a lot of, their stories, and they just try to put it together. Just because, if we're going to take it to the Bible, what's his name? King James III.
Mm-hmm.
He also published Demonology. The book of Demonology.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So, from what I know, from what I believe, religion. This is going to be a very touchy subject. Let me just say, religion is not.
Don't say believe. Then stick to what you know.
I grew up religiously. I went. Not my mother didn't take me to church, but with my friends, when they went, I went with them, and I've seen both sides. And I'm not saying that the Bible's a lie and that it's wrong. I think it's real. A lot of they didn't get it from nowhere. You see what I'm saying? The message. But these people are fictitious. Where's where's any of their graves? You see what I'm saying?
Any of their.
And I don't want to get anybody provoked. This is a touchy subject.
This is a healthy. No,
Sure,
Jay,
Jay.
it's a healthy conversation.
But also, if you Google the Roman Catholics created Christianity to enslave the masses. Right? I didn't make this up. They created monotheism to make people believe in one God when it takes two to procreate. When you really think about it, you see what I'm saying? So this is just what I believe. You all tell me what
Okay,
y'all.
okay, Jay.
I
You
hear
you
you.
sound like you talking about the Judaism, monotheism, and polytheism, but what you were saying earlier, it goes back to the Conference of Nicene with Constantine, where he brought together church and state, and they had a meeting, and he had his 300 popes and his bishops, and there were certain African leaders, and amongst them was Aries, and it was in this meeting where they actually made up the religion Christianity. I think this is what you're talking about earlier, and this was actually a conference.
You talking about
So
me? Well, first of all, I'm not religious. I'm not a religious person at all. I don't go to church every day or every week. I have a personal relationship with God. Point
Right.
blank,
Right.
period.
You don't need gold.
Nobody has to teach me. He
stainless
teaches
steel.
me all
Right.
things. And he shows me things to come by his Holy Spirit, which I know a lot of people don't believe in, but that's just what I believe, because that's what I know, because that's what I've experienced with him for the last 32 years. I can tell you my testimony. But I don't want to get in. I want to.
yeah,
Get
yeah,
out to a whole another different, and we can do this because nobody told me about God. Nobody told me about Jesus. Nobody. I was an atheist. I was throwing the Bible around hotel rooms, like tearing them up. Like, God don't exist. My life was so bad. That's how it was. Until one day I was riding down Washington Street when I was 18 years old. I was drunk. I was high. I had an illegal pow-pow. And I had a rock Coca-Cola. 18 years old, because that's what I was. I was a D-Rug dealer. Wow. And then the sheriffs pulled me over. Surrounded me, put me in handcuffs. And because this God that I know about, that I think is the only true and living God, I believe, was calling my name 2 weeks before that, I believe, and I didn't know what it was, I looked towards the sky for the first time in my life. Nah, I met him when I was 14 when I died, though. And he allowed me to come back. I didn't see his face, but he said, do you want to come with me? Or do you want to go back? I said, I don't know who you are. Send me back to my mom. 14 years old. On the basement floor, wide awake, died. But I still didn't know who he was and didn't believe it. Because he was calling my name. Let me tell you something about this God I serve. Only true and living God in my heart. I looked towards heaven, handcuffs, drunk, staggering. I said, God, if you're real, I don't want to go to jail. Yeah. Please get me out of this. Don't get me started about this God. Heck, when the police searched the car, they didn't see the gun. He blinded them. Wow. They didn't see the crack Coca-Cola. Right in their face, picked it up, put it down. Didn't know what it was. Blind, didn't know it. Saw the alcohol, but didn't know it was alcohol. Okay? I was staggering. But they didn't know I was staggering. License suspended. Wasn't supposed to be driving. Yeah. Do you know what those 6 sheriffs said to me? Okay, Leah, I'm not gonna take you to jail. I'm gonna uncuff you. I'm gonna tow this car. Wow. But you can go. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was scared. And I looked up to heaven again to this God I didn't know about. I said, I'm scared. Can you please send somebody to come get me to take me home? I couldn't get nobody. Don't tell me about this God. I don't care what nobody says. He's mine, and I'm his.
Mm-hmm.
So when I told this guy that I didn't know, that I was scared, the police, the sheriff, didn't even know I had this feeling, sent a female sheriff to pick me up and drive me all the way home. That's how I met God. I got plenty of stories and plenty of testimonies.
Wow.
So I don't care what the Google say.
Right.
I don't. It's a personal thing. And I'm sorry to get off into this conversation. That's not what I meant. But when I tell you I got stories of miracles,
yeah,
I know everything that's going to happen to me before it happens. You guys, somebody call me psychic. I don't. It's in the Bible. But I get what you're saying. And I appreciate it and I respect it. But it ain't about a religion with Leah, Auntie Leah.
Right. Yeah. I get
about
it.
this personal relationship with my Savior.
Yeah.
That every time I call on Him, He pops up.
Yeah.
I've been making triple figures since I was 23.
Wow.
23 years old. I'm making $200,000 or $300,000 a year. It's been like that for years, and I'm not bragging. But I'm telling you about this God that I love and I serve, my Savior, Jesus Christ. All right, let's go on. I'm sorry, y'all.
Finish.
Sorry, guys. I apologize. But I get what you guys saying. But yeah, you get me talking about him.
Yeah, we'll pick up the topic on another day.
Yeah. I apologize because there may be some people that don't believe in what I believe in, and that's okay. I love everybody the same. I love Jay. I love everybody the same. Temper, and I appreciate what you're saying. I do, but I just need you guys to know that it's a personal thing. Religion, I'm not religious at all. I actually despise religion. But let's get back to ticket so we can laugh.
Facts.
Oh man, that nigga whole team is crushed right now. So the judge, again, he says October the 3rd at 10 a.m. They say they're going to try to expedite it. Diddy's lawyers wanted to get faster. Them niggas all thought they was going to do their thing and leave out. They thought they was going to have a freak off tonight. Not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? And please do not disrespect Willie D in my comment section. If you come in my comment section and you disrespect any of the people that I don't have an issue with, I don't respect that, bro. I can disagree with a person and still got love for a person because they don't have to agree with everything I say. Right? We not finna do that over here on this channel, man. Please don't do that. Now that nigga Bookman, he a clown. That nigga's different. That nigga's a walking ish thing, bruh. He perpetuate bullshit, keep nonsense going, and was riding Kwame Brown nuts because his channel was ass. And these are the facts. Kwame, I apologize, my brother. You know I got a lot of love for you. But that nigga is the go along, get along game. Bookman is. Point blank, period. So yeah, salute to everybody, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said to y'all before, man. Hold on, y'all. Hey! Oh man, come on, man. My bad, y'all. So I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. You know what I mean? The same thing I seen some of y'all trying to tell me about my brother 7-8. I love 7-8. It don't matter if I disagree with him on this topic or anything. Rock with that, man. Like real talk, man. At some point in time, men and women, it's got to be a line of respect between each other, bro. So, to the person who said Diddy got off, no, he didn't get off. He just got denied bail.
Yep.
So he's gonna sit in jail until his sentencing, which means that the judge is gonna give him years. He ain't gonna be out for years.
Amen.
I know his kids are deflated right now. His mom is deflated. His family is deflated.
We pray for the kids
because he's probably going to prison for a decade, at least.
He needs to. Longer.
Again, we got to figure out how, bro. I had a bad feeling the judge didn't like that nigga, and the judge, he's showing y'all right now he don't agree.
I'm trying to get to the funny part.
So, I mean, bro, I pray it ain't no fights outside that courthouse, and shit no man be fighting no woman out there, bro. That's on cap, man. That shit ain't cool, man. I just ain't with that, bro. Straight up, bro. I don't move like that, man. You know what I'm saying? If I got an issue with a woman and I don't like her, I just gonna tell her to leave. Or I'm gonna leave. It's gonna be one or the other. I'm not gonna sit up here, beat you up, drag you down the hall, do all this crazy shit. I'm not.
Real quick, if you guys can subscribe to all of our channels, we got Temper, we got Jay Mizak, we got Nick. So if you're in their chat, please visit the other mods channels and please subscribe. We are trying to bring you good content. We are trying to bring you. Yeah, we are. Banded together. So please. All right.
To bring about some good, Annie. To bring about some good.
Amen.
Finna do all that shit, bro. Straight up. It doesn't matter if Diddy speak to the judge. The judge already made his decision. Right? Don't nobody want to hear all that. It's over with, bro. Straight up. Talking about something the judge wants to talk to him. I mean, Diddy wants to talk to him. Talking about his children are here. Man, nigga, bail denied. Nigga.
Manipulate the judge.
They over here doing all that begging on the floor like T Sweat. Nigga, take your lick, nigga. If I was a judge, I'd have slammed the gavel and walked out that joint. So it goes on, y'all.
I'm gonna give me the gavel.
Let me see. So also, the judge said this is a great divide on the sentencing guideline. There's a great divide. I see that Mrs. Comey has her statute book open from the government. So the government said the rule requirement, the preparation of a report, absent is reason waiver. Probation may be able to expedite. Update me by July the 8th at noon. The judge says we'll hold a hearing on the afternoon of July the 8th. Diddy's lawyer says, Your Honor, has a lot of information from presiding over the trial. We want the sentencing as soon as possible. Other than the man cases, there's nothing remotely similar to this. He says, Diddy's lawyer says the cases we've reviewed involving defendants make money, millions, or involve minors. That's different here. Are the facts from our letter. See the United States versus Dillon. Diddy's lawyer says, then there was the Emperor's Club case of the former governor of New York. We understand this is moving quickly. The issue for us is if we had more time, we could have shown extraordinary circumstances. The judge says you conceded violence in your closing. Whether that's relevant to the sentencing is not for today, but it can be considered on the bail application. Diddy's lawyer says, but in June of 2024, there's an argument that Diddy was defending himself. The judge says Diddy tried to get into the batter's program in New York. The jury never heard that. Then he got arrested. All these months later, here we are. The same drive to meet the head on. Like the self-respecting businessman he is. He's been a model prisoner. There have been no issues. He's going to have next chapters in life. When you charge him with racketeering, says Diddy's lawyer, you have dark talks. When I was reading Mia's message for his birthday, I had a hard time doing it. His children are here. His two daughters, they're in the middle of the second row. They no longer have a living mother, man. Here, the use of the prosecution.
Oh my God.
The services has been convicted under the Mann Act. He was acquitted of violence for sex trafficking. Oh, he wants to talk to you, Your Honor.
Oh,
let me check.
Oh, I can't breathe.
The judge says, okay, check. Ms. Comey, she said his brassness is almost unmatched. To suggest it was self-defense is insulting. He slapped her in the shoulder. He had drugs in the NYC hotel room. He invited Jane. Diddy's lawyer said, we can craft conditions with the court be open to us putting together a bail package. I'm happy to do so. The judge says the bail application was denied, man. We'll receive, hopefully, a joint proposal on the expedited sentencing on Tuesday and a hearing at 2 p.m. And get your ass out my courtroom. Adjourned.
Stupid.
Diddy's lawyer was in that joint crying, nigga. And the judge said, nigga, denied, nigga. Get your ass out of my courtroom, nigga. Did I tell y'all this?
Oh my God.
Bitch, don't get too comfortable, nigga. Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Now, them niggas gonna be hurting.
Why he do that?
Now, I ain't even for. If the judge come hit this nigga with 20, bro, them niggas gonna be hurting.
Hurting.
Cause I wouldn't even think he was gonna. Bro, if that nigga, I want y'all to everybody think about this right now. If this man gets not convicted of the sex trafficking in the RICO and still gets 20, y'all can't go find none of these niggas on YouTube, bro. I'm telling y'all this right now. Y'all ain't gonna find none of these niggas on YouTube, bro. Like, share, subscribe, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. They said Diddy was going home today. That nigga lawyer started crying. That nigga Diddy was crying in court. They said Diddy was
Oh my God.
They said Diddy lawyer was like, hey man, can you want to talk to me? Come on. They want to talk to me. Please. Oh, we had the lobster. We had the shrimp. We had the steak ready.
Oh, that murdered it.
He even had the A1 sauce. Oh. Oh. Your Honor, I swear, we wasn't going to have no woman at the house. It was going to be all brothers. Oh. Why you doing? Oh. What? Oh my God.
Stop.
Don't do it to Diddy.
Oh my God.
I see him crying. They all hit. They all got it.
No, but niggas said they had the lobster ready. They had the steak ready. He even had the A1 sauce, y'all. He is nuts.
Oh my God.
Oh
Oh my
God. No. Hey. Diddy lawyer started dragging. He started grabbing his robe when the judge had already hit the gavel. Got up and started walking out. He started grabbing his robe. Please. I beg you. With all my mercy. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do this, please.
Oh, he needs to be stopped.
Tomorrow, you hear my cry. Tomorrow, you see my sign. But today, I want someone getting cold. Oh, oh, Diddy, he don't want to talk to you. He don't want to talk to you, Diddy.
Oh, I can't breathe. Oh my God. They had the shrimp ready. They had the steak ready. They even had the A1 sauce.
You finished, Mr. Angliffe? You finished? Bail denied, man. Get your ass out of this courtroom, man.
Hi, Diddy.
Hey, all y'all have a nice flight back. Diddy will holler at y'all in a decade.
20.
Like, share, subscribe, everybody.
10
Salute to everybody for tapping on into the building, man. Thank you very much, man. I told you, you give ticket 0.4 seconds left on the clock. I'm hitting that shit, nigga. That's a fact. Game over.
Game over.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That was
all right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in.
Sorry, he is crazy. But he kind of cheered me up, though. I ain't even gonna lie. He cheered me up. When I was like,
yeah.
It's nuts. So I think Tanya went over there to watch. Yes.
Can you please play my song next? My song is a good follow-up.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's a good follow-up.
I was going right to the page right now.
Yeah. I haven't queued it up for you, so
I'm here right now, Nick. I'm here already. Let me turn this music off.
Oh, you already did.
Oh, that's okay. I got it.
Oh, you got it. All right.
All right.
And we lost tempo. Where's tempo?
Present.
Yeah, tempo drop down.
He always drops. He's probably modding.
Nah, they kick him out.
They kicked him out. He'll be back. Here we go. Nick Mountain Goat Production. Yeah, baby.
Exclusive.
Diddy, no Diddy, verdict came down gritty. 2 counts guilty, now the future looking iffy. 10 years max, that's the time on the line. But the judge hold the gavel, gotta wait for the sign. No Diddy, verdict came down gritty. 2 counts guilty, now the future looking iffy. 10 years max, that's the time on the line. But the judge hold the gavel, gotta wait for the sign. Used to run the charts, now you running from fate. From the penthouse views to the courtroom gates. 2 charges stuck, transport for the game. But the rest got dropped, still the legacy stayed. Flashbulbs popping, headlines loud. From bad boy to the bad boy, the system found. No sex traffic, no racketeering rap. But the transport charge got him caught in the trap. No Diddy, verdict came down gritty. 2 counts guilty, now the future looking iffy. 10 years max, that's the time on the line. But the judge hold the gavel, gotta wait for the sign. No Diddy, verdict came down gritty. 2 counts guilty, now the future looking iffy. 10 years max, that's the time on the line. But the judge hold the gavel, gotta wait for the sign. Cassie spoke truth, Jane held the flame. Testimony raw, put respect on their name. From the freak off to the hotel tapes, the empire cracked under all that weight. Now the jury done spoke and the world took note. From the suits to the streets, everybody quote could be years behind bars or maybe less. But the fall from the throne, that's the real stress. Used to say can't stop, won't stop. Now can't drop, won't flop, but the past caught up and the past fell off. Now the beats up off and the mask fell off. Used to say can't stand, stop, won't stop. Now it's can't drop, won't flop, but the past caught up and the mask fell off. Now the beats on pause and the lights cut off. No Diddy, verdict came down gritty. 2 counts guilty, now the future looking iffy. 10 years max, that's the time on the line. But the judge hold the gavel, gotta wait for the sign. No Diddy, verdict came down gritty. 2 counts guilty, now the future looking iffy. 10 years max, that's the time on the line. But the judge hold the gavel, gotta wait for the sign. From the mogul to the mugshot, truth got loud. No more champagne, just a courtroom crowd. No Diddy, echoes in the hall. When the mighty fall, the silence says it all.
All right,
thanks.
Put it up for Nick's Mountain Goat Production in the house. Awesome job. Thank you so much.
Just about
so y'all want to go over there and head the ticket to see what he's talking about? Let's take a road trip.
Yeah, let's do it.
But a field trip. Let's see what we can find. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. And then after this, guys, it's 11:01. Guess who got to go to work in the morning? Me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's Nick. Thanks, Truth Only.
That nigga John Cone
Oh, he's still out.
is too talented.
Back.
Hard to get to a certain level. To give it up doing dumb shit, bro. Let a homie of mine be a billionaire and want to come out here and do dumb shit. I'm gonna wring his neck.
Exactly.
And say, man, what the fuck is you doing? You trying to those type of people you have to have around you. Real talk, man. People that really love you. People that love you gonna tell you the truth. People that care about you gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna rock with you, but they're gonna love you. They're gonna tell you the truth.
That's it.
Yep.
And if you love and respect them, you got to open ear. You willing to hear that. You receive, right?
Yep.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying?
Might have to.
Y'all have a blessed night. Everybody do
Okay,
good,
so I'm
man. You know what I'm
this real
saying, bro?
quick.
Shouldn't
We
be
can
all
see
this
what he
back
okay.
and forth fighting like
A little
this
bit
in
from
the
the
streets.
beginning, guys.
Somebody disagree, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they run down on T. I got a whole list.
Oh.
They ain't running over there looking for no smoke with George Zimmerman. They ain't over there looking for no smoke with Chauvin.
Where
You want
is
me to keep
George
going?
Zimmerman?
But they go around. Hell.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really listen to Tisa, but that right there,
sad, bro.
Yeah,
that hurt my heart when they. I wish I can find that video.
Subscribe, man.
Ticket won't
Y'all
show
subscribe
it.
to the podcast. You already know the
Somebody,
link
let's
is
try to
pinned at
find
the
that
top of the
because
chat, man. I salute to all the
heart.
podcast subscribers. Y'all flexed up.
Oh, I was there. I was
You know what I
was
mean?
on the live.
The link to the podcast.
But now it's
is,
edited. I was going to clean out the blue.
Y'all get over there,
and I was
bro.
on Tisa,
I got a
and
lot
it was
of
happening
motivational
at the
stuff
same
I'm putting
time.
out over there
And I
on the
really
podcast
wanted
show too,
to show you
just
guys
to keep
this,
y'all
but
and
it looks
all
like
of us motivated on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people really don't know me. I do this a lot on an everyday basis with youth, talking to them, putting them in positive mindsets, telling them not to do.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Negative things.
Yeah.
Telling them not to go negative and bad routes in their life. Well, people don't know
Ticket
this.
allows me to drop my link in the chat.
That's prevention programs working with the youth. But they don't know that. You don't tell everybody what you do. That's why I be trying to tell people certain things that I be trying to make, bro, y'all just don't understand, man.
Yeah, we're not letting that come in. I had to just tell the mods, if y'all notice, please do not let filtered comments.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that
these people that got these wrenches don't know what the hell they're doing. I got to teach them all. It's ridiculous. And they're letting filter comments in. That slows down the algorithm. Don't it, Miss that?
You know it. Nigga control how I move, nigga.
I just I reminded a little bit. Yeah.
Straight up.
I'm right? The only professional mod he got. He know it too. He be telling them, Auntie Leah, my God.
And that's just in
there, but wrenches don't know what to do with wrenches.
In that position.
If you don't know what to do with a wrench,
whether I like you or not, I'm not gonna sit there and watch somebody beat the fuck out you.
Right.
Period.
Truth. You want to come up on a panel? Is that what you said? Truth.
To the person who says
no, they're talking about
is her big offer. Hold on, let me pull your comment up. You said
okay
because I seen your comment.
Listen, y'all. You don't know how to mod, reject the wrench.
Said, where is her big offer?
Or
I just strolled
listen to me real quick. I've been minding for a long time, and guys, I swear, I lost count, but I think I got about 10 wrenches. It may be more. But if you don't know how, just ask. You have some mod experts on your panel. You got Jay Mizak, you got me, you got Nick. We know how to mod. So if you're struggling with that thing, please tell us, because I be seeing these mods on my other channels, and I always gotta correct them doing crazy shit that I ain't supposed to be doing. I can't believe whoever that was let that in a comment. I went right there and deleted.
Wow.
And said to the mods, do not let these comments in the chat. They hate to see me coming.
Yeah.
Cause I saw you let that in. You mess around, get deleted yourself.
I know I seen that. Actually, I want to catch your comment.
And guess what? Who I learned from, Mizak and Jack.
Let me see.
Yep.
I didn't miss that comment. I don't know why StreamYard got this thing like this now where you can't really see the comments.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, she bro, these people that do YouTube videos, they work harder than what y'all think.
Jag is a mod on Ticket's channel.
All of them on all sides.
One day I believe it'll be all
No,
okay.
she said he took it, right?
You know what I'm
She
saying?
said he
Yeah.
took
Like I
it.
said
Around.
before, bro, if you don't
Yeah.
like what somebody say
I
or
think
their
right.
opinion,
Okay.
She, yeah.
Hold
well,
on.
you ain't got to
And
subscribe.
then Tanya.
Subscribe.
Yeah, he did take it because right. Well, then, but Natanya forgave him, and
Mhm.
Natanya still watches him.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that don't
But I
mean Jag
guess
wants to
it
do
was
that.
he was hurt. He doesn't. No, he doesn't. She does. She doesn't. But it was a time that she wanted to take back what she said. But by that
Right.
time, these people just don't know. I mean, it just takes a conversation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? You get
Communicate.
emotional and you say things,
Yeah,
right?
I don't get emotional over the shit, so that's why I don't
No.
Right.
No, me neither. Yep.
So yeah, that's what happened there. But I am praying that that will be mended.
That's on, bro. Simple as that. Save yourself the stress. But see, I'm gonna tell you something.
But
Y'all
if you're
gotta
not
ask
following
yourself a
Ticket
question.
TV, please go
Why do
follow
these
Ticket.
people even listen to
I'll
TV
drop
if they
his
don't
link.
like it?
And then pray
You know why?
for
Because she got motion.
the reunion because they really
She's
have the
doing numbers.
same type
She
of
got
mind.
motion.
I'm not lying.
People pay attention to that. They
The
get
devil
jealous
is
of
a
that. They get
liar.
angry with that. You know what I'm
He
saying?
just made a huge mistake. That's all.
She
Don't
out
come
there with
from
no camera
Natanya.
crew, no nothing. She got a stand, a mic, a phone, and doing whatever she do, and she doing big things. Right? You got it, like I said before, man. She one of them ones that's in her lane. But if you don't like her or what she's saying, do that mean you got to try to run down on her? Make it make sense. And like I said, if don't no nigga on YouTube stand up for the fuck I'm gonna stand up for. Don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Can y'all read that?
No,
That shit ain't right.
I'll put it up. Hold on a second.
Saying
They got
that's
something
Godfrey
up.
right
I'm
there.
gonna bring him up real quick.
Just what we were talking about.
That shit, and that's the same.
I'm gonna.
What are they saying?
I'm gonna bring you.
Nah, he said all black people should stick
Go
together.
ahead. Put it back up.
Who's saying that?
I don't believe it.
That's Godfrey, the comedian. We were just
I'm
talking
sorry.
about that.
Oh,
What happened?
Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry that my
Where
mindset is
you
not
at?
like that.
Where's
I
Nick
get the
at?
concept. She's here. Hold on. I 100%. I 100% get the concept of that thought, but only if it's in righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Only if it's in righteousness and in injustice do I have that mindset. But if you're committing crimes and you're doing wrong, I don't accept that concept.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I don't adopt it. It's not my automatic thing. I don't believe that there's a conspiracy to take down our moguls when there's also a conspiracy to make them, right? And make them nefarious moguls and use them to destroy.
Yeah.
All I got to say is Diddy should have said, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No deal. I'm not selling out. So
yeah.
I'll give.
That's what he wanted.
I just don't. Yeah. He wanted the money. He wanted the fame. So, yeah, guys, we're not going to be on here too much longer.
That's going on in this society.
It's
We got a lot of these motherfuckers with all this energy. I'm telling y'all this, bro.
Please
they got
follow
all this
TV.
motherfucking energy for these.
If you're not following the Truth Teller Jaguar, right? Please follow Jag.
Running around here calling every girl in the house,
the real Jag 77,
beating on these women, do all these things, bro. Instead of just being a man and just walking away, like, hey man, look, if you don't rock, let me say this to y'all. If you don't rock with a woman, if she's not like satisfying you, you can just a real man that have morals, ethics, and a standard.
Natural one.
I'm hoping that everybody's
gonna be like, man, it is what it is.
Natural one.
Away.
I'm hoping everybody's subscribed, but just in case you're not.
But we've lost our moral compass. Where people now, and this is why I'm telling y'all, they always say, they say, yo, why don't nobody come out with allegations from the beginning? Because all y'all gonna do is demonize. Anybody that come out with allegations against somebody that got money that's a celebrity, they gonna get demonized. They know it. This is what happens every time. It don't matter. They gonna get demonized. Look how they treat people now.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna be called a bitch, a hoe, a liar, all these things, just for coming out with their story. It ain't gonna be no, yo, let's see if she's telling the truth process. Nah, they getting called bitches and hoes and liars off the rip. And then if you tell the truth, a nigga come call you a simp, a bitch ass nigga. Man, never been that, never will be that.
Agreed. So
it is what it is.
Guys, like I said, please, if you want to watch this whole video, it's called Shaking My Head. They tried to run down on Tisa outside the Diddy trial. Please go watch it and see if you can find it on the channel. It is a sad situation. Auntie Leah is tired. I have to get up in about 6 hours to hit the clock. Does anybody else have anything to say? You do? Let's go.
No.
Nick said, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did I say?
You don't have to end it. I'm trying to get your feedback on it first.
I'm seeing lightning over her.
What are you saying? Light?
Lightning outside.
Oh, lightning.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Auntie Leah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for trying to raise me from my slumber and get here. I appreciate. Yeah, thank you. It worked. And Sam also gave me a call, and I'm like, why is everyone calling me? What's happening in the world? Something's happened.
You're on the thumbnail. You're on the thumbnail.
Well, I didn't know that when I was sleeping.
I've been trying to wake your butt up for hours.
It worked, and thank you. I always appreciate, being here for the big events and breaking things down with you, and just spending time with you guys. So thank you.
We enjoyed having you.
Yes.
I always enjoy my nephew Mizak in the building. And of course, Temper, who likes to do his job faithfully, Mod, but he also has input. Everybody, please join Temper's channel. Let me drop the link for
I dropped it already. That's what I was looking for.
I've dropped everyone's channel.
Yeah. You dropped Archangels?
Yep. I've dropped everything in my chat.
Okay, let me find it from my chat. Okay. So we love you. We have, did you guys see my post? We have an interview confirmed with Travis Jeffries. Do you remember who Travis Jeffries?
Fantastic.
Yep. Next Thursday at 7 p.m. we'll be interviewing Travis Jeffries live or pre-recorded. I think we should do it live, honestly. At 7 o'clock p.m. next Thursday. If you don't know who Travis Jeffries is, please go watch the segment of Hip Hop is a Graveyard about Eazy-E. Watch part 1 and part 2 because his documentary is infused into that live. Both of those lives. Travis Jeffries was born with AIDS, and we watch him as a 5-year-old little boy of struggling, and then doctors and family members saying, "Oh, he won't live past 10. I don't think he's going to live past 8." Well, Travis Jeffries is alive, and he's in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be next Thursday, not this Thursday, Yvonne. Next Thursday, which is I posted it on my on the community page at 7 o'clock p.m. I am so excited about this because I would love to hear what his life was in between him being 5 years old until him being 30. That's going to be awesome. So thank God for that. Without any further ado, we love you. We know people have to get up and go to work or whatever you have to do. Jay Mizak, do you have any closing words?
Yeah. How did you get the interview?
Oh,
you don't have to tell us now. You could tell us when you actually.
I can tell you now.
All right.
I went to his page. Gamer. He goes live often. He's a gamer. He plays games. And I just posted, hey, would you like to do an interview? And he responded. And then he gave me his Instagram. And then I Insta him and asked him, he said, oh, yes, I would love to do an interview. He's excited about doing interviews because he has a story to tell, but people have forgot about all of the good things right now and the survival stories, and they're focused on negativity at this moment. So he's excited to tell his story. Yeah. So we're going to give him a platform to tell his story.
That's what's up.
That's what happened.
Awesome. Yeah, looking very much looking forward to that.
Yep, yeah. I am too, because we saw him struggling. Tubes in his stomach, can't eat, sick. You guys remember?
Yeah. I don't want to say too much because I don't want. Yeah.
I get it.
It's better if you ask the question and we talk about it.
Yep. Okay. Well, next Thursday, 7:00 p.m. Be ready. If you don't know how to get interview questions, please use Chat GPT or something like that.
No, you could just ask organic questions. What you really feel.
Oh no!
You don't want to hear about Chat GPT.
No. These questions actually, Chat GPT. My other nephew, who has a large platform, told me about it. You tell the chat exactly what you want. You detail it. And it really just develops appropriate questions that you should ask these individuals. And it works, man. I'm just saying. Okay. I can't come up with organic questions, right? I'm not I'm pretty sure that all interviewers have some source. Put it that way. They have some source of information.
Yeah, I know it's to enhance, the work the Chat GPT.
I have to because I want to be.
I'm not hating.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm going to use that because I don't want to ask offensive questions.
Right.
So I'm going to get the list together.
Like that one lady we saw interviewing Pac.
Right. Exactly. So I'm going to get the interview together, and I asked him. I said, "Can I send you a list of questions for your approval prior to the interview?" Because that's how I would like to do it. I don't want to ask questions that will trigger.
Yep.
So that's what we are.
Yep, that's a professional way to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But Sunday we are back here with the Tupac number 2, Tupac's early life of the Hip Hop is a Graveyard section. Tupac's story is pretty long, so we're looking at 3 to 4 sessions with Tupac's story. All right.
Do it. Yep.
We got this, don't we, Jagginator? We got it. Jagginators, Jaggerism, Jag Country for life.
Temper.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for always coming back. Always share the live with your friends, your family, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, or whoever. Share it.
All right.
All right. Anything else?
No. Salute.
Nope. Nick. All right.
Peace. Salute. No. Peace out. Good night.
All right. Salute, guys. Love y'all. See y'all soon.
Love you too. See ya.
All right.
Bye for now.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.